Hey, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you.
Same here, same here. Good to see you.
Tell us a little bit about your prep. Full, has it gone well for you guys?
Gone well in the way that we had about 9 of the guys at the IPL, and another couple were bowlers for different IPL teams. So they were here and they were playing or practicing. So that part has made things easier for us.
And I can imagine, like, for West Indies, having had such success in T20 World Cups, there's always an expectation that the team's going to do well. But I look at the squad, and you've got Pollard, Purin, you've got Bravo, you've got Hetmai, you've got Cahill, you've got Russell. I mean, there's a serious amount of skill in that team, lots of experience, and also winning experience. So, Phil?
I think that's two of the biggest pluses we have. The amount of experience in the team now, but also the amount of trophies that's been won by the guys in the team. And that means that tournament play is good. They know how to bring themselves to the team when it comes to a tournament, and especially semi-final and final. If you watch back at the likes of Bravo, even just in that IPL playoff there, you can see when they get to those positions, they know what to do. So that's a great asset for us to have.
Just give us a little a preview of the West Indies way. I mean, in preparing for a tournament like this.
We try to make sure that we get some middle practice, which is important. And everyone has their role and tries to understand their role before the main day, even going into the 2 warm-up games. People have got to understand their role. One of my things with this squad, as you said, there's so much experience, but there's a few youngsters, is about harmony, is about making sure that we gel together, we there for one another, we're looking after one another. And that's not off the field, that's mostly on the field, because the gel and the looking after one another is good off the field. So on the field, we must be able to say, hey, this is what we had planned, or this is what you're supposed to be doing in this over here. And remind each other when we're batting, we're supposed to be knowing that we're responsible for the man behind. So that whole team ethos is what has to get us through this tournament.
You've got some massive experience. I mean, if you put together the T20 games some of your guys have played, I mean, I think Chris alone, he must be close to 500, isn't he? Or over 500.
Chris would be over 500. I think Polly would be over 500. I think Rav would be somewhere up there too.
Nice to see Ravi Rampal back in the mix.
Yeah, he's done well. And he's done well over the last 4 or 5 years in county cricket, in the Blast, and in the 50 over for Surrey and for Derby. So it was good to see him come back and still have that hunger to play for West Indies and to play for Trinbago Knight Riders in the CPL.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to watch Abed McCoy go. He seems to have shown some real promise and got a great set of skills as well, hasn't he?
The skills are improving all the time. We're talking about May, where he couldn't get the Yorker right, and we brought him into the test setup and we worked with him, and he's hitting the Yorker at will now, which adds to the potency of his slower balls.
I watched quite a lot of that series against South Africa. I thought he bowled beautifully in that series.
Yeah. And even and the one after that. So that's why I said the improvement is there, because against South Africa he bowled well, but then the Australia series after that was even better, because he started knowing a lot more as to when to use his slower balls.
Yeah.
You can have them, but if you don't know when to use them, they're no good. So he's learning well when to use them.
Oh, fantastic. And I mean, just watching the IPL, Phil, there's it looks like 3 very different conditions, isn't it? I mean, the wickets that you're going to play on. But I mean, when I look at your squad, your kind of bases are covered in those different conditions.
From the IPL, looking at the IPL, the most difficult wicket has been Sharjah, because it's not the Sharjah you and I know.
Yeah.
So it seems they say it was relayed and it hasn't settled properly. So it's slow, it's up and down. Sharjah, we know you just close your eye and play through the line. So I think that's going to be the difficult one for everyone. We have a game there, but the other two, we know Dubai ball swings early on, especially when you're playing day games. And we know it's good bouncy wicket, top batting wicket in Abu Dhabi. So, you say it's 3 different wickets, but hopefully we have all of them covered.
Yeah. And then obviously with Polly as your captain, I mean, the captain-coach relationship is such an important one in a cricket environment. You guys complement each other well?
Yeah, it's been great. We've had a great time leading into this since we started in 2019 together. We look at the cricket in the same direction. We want the same things from the cricket, and we push the players in a similar way. I mean, we have different methods of doing it, but we push them in the same direction as to what we want to see for this team. So the combination has been good. And as you said, to me, that's the most important part of any team, that the captain and the coach are singing from the same hymn sheet.
You always identify West Indian cricket with a free-spirited way of playing the game. Take it on, be prepared to take on the risk. But at the same time, the modern game demands a kind of a formula or way of doing things. How do you get buy-in from your most senior players? I think maybe you've mentioned it a little bit in terms of pulling the team together, but maybe you could just share a little bit into that.
Yeah, I think the important thing is to get everybody understanding. Yes, we have certain skills. We are the best 6-hitting team in the world, right? But on different occasions, the 6-hitting is not going to win us the game. And if we need to go out and run a ball, yes, we might knock it off in 5 balls rather than the 30 balls we have. But again, if the wicket's different and if the situation is different, we need to play to that situation. And that's what we've been trying to get everyone to buy into, that the situation demands it. A situation might be 30 for 4 in the 6 overs, but we can still get to 150, 160 because of the way we play in maybe the back end. So use our strengths, but assess the situation is how we're going to try to look at this series.
Well, there's no other country and group of players that has embraced the short format game more than the West Indies. They definitely are very enjoyable to watch. I love watching every West Indian player play. So, Phil, we wish you guys well from the CoachEd platform. It's been great having you on. This is the second time you've been with us. I think it's great for us as coaches to build this community out and just to get a little sneak peek of what the international coaches are doing in preparation for this tournament. So thanks for your time. It's been a real treat.